Hi everyone. We are missing everyone in the gym. The gym is very empty. We have Coach Trish and Coach Spencer, and this is our online lesson for our tumbling and trampoline recreational classes, level 3 and level 4. And Coach Trish is going to lead Spencer in a warm-up and stretch, okay?
All right, Spencer, first up, we're going to do some jumping jacks. We're going to do 30, so your goal at home is 30. Spencer's just going to demonstrate a few here for us. Good. All right, so after you do 30 of those, then we're going to go on to high knees. So Spencer, perfect. Yep, so on our high knees, so Spencer's using his hands to make sure that his knees are up nice and high. Your goal is to try and get your knees to at least your hip height, at least up to your belly button. We don't want any lazy knees. Next, we have heel to bottom. So Spencer is he's doing a great job. His knees are directly underneath him. He's not letting him come out in front. We do want to try and keep our knees a little bit more together and our high knees. And then, what was it next?
Standing pike stretch.
So after you do all of your cardio warm-up, then we're going to start stretching. So we're going to start with a standing pike. So Spencer's keeping his legs nice and straight because it doesn't matter how far you can go down if you are bending your knees. We're going to hold that for 30 seconds. After that, Spencer's going to sit down on his bottom and do a seated straddle stretch. So we're going as big a straddle as we can. We're trying to keep our feet pointed, and he's really stretching down to the front. He's doing a great job. He's going to hold that for 30 seconds. After that, he's just going to pull those legs in together and work on his seated pike. So Spencer's doing a great job. He's holding down the sides of his feet, which is where our goal is, because that's where we want to be in our pike flipping eventually. But just make sure if you can go down that far, that's okay. We just don't want to bend our knees. We would rather not be able to go as far with nice tight body instead of cheating. We don't want that because that's not going to get us anywhere. All right, so we just want to make sure that we do all 30 of each of those cardio exercises and then hold each of our stretches for 30 seconds.
All right, now we're going to move on to our tumbling, our at-home tumbling lesson. All right, we're back with Coach Trish, and this is our tumbling for our trampoline and tumbling classes, levels 3 and 4 for our recreational kids, okay? And the first thing she's going to start with is a forward roll, and she's going to talk you through using some things you have at home.
All right, so in the gym, a lot of times we'll use bean bags, but since you guys aren't here, at home you can use pairs of socks if you have little stuffed animals, anything like that. But we're going to find 3 items that you can hold on to. We're going to put them, I get one between our knees, and then one on each side between your arms and your ears. So first up, we're going to do a forward roll. So we're going to start down in our squat. We're going to do a forward roll and try and stand up without losing any of our items.
Awesome, Coach Trish. And how many do you want them to practice at home?
Let's do 5.
Awesome. Okay, so now we're going to move on to our lunge, handstand lunge.
Okay, so find 2 of your favorite items. Put them in your arms and ears. You're going to start in your lunge. Make sure your goal is to have a straight line from your fingers back to your back heel. We don't want to lunge like this, so make sure we are leaning in a straight body. You're going to start with lunge. You're going to have to handstand and back to lunge.
Awesome. And do we want to keep going with 5 each?
We're doing 5 of each.
Awesome. Now we're going to move on to our lunge, handstand, roll down.
All right, guys, so this is a tricky one at the gym. A lot of times we'll use wedges. We use our 8-inch mats. We don't have that luxury right now, so make sure you ask your parents, but if they say it's okay, grab a couple pillows, a couple couch cushions, whatever you got. But we're going to do our handstand roll down. Your hands are going to go on the ground in front of your cushion, but we are going to use our cushions because sometimes our handstand roll downs turn into a little handstand flop, and we don't want that to happen. So we're going to start with our items in our arms and our ears. If you want to practice without it, it's okay, but your goal is to try and use your items in your arms and ears. We're going to try and do a handstand, roll down, and stand up.
Awesome job. Can you talk to them about remembering to tuck their chin to their chest?
Yes, so that will help us not flop. Thank you, Coach Valerie. So whenever we're in handstand, we want to be open, but then we want to round those shoulders and tuck our chin down to our chest, which is creating a rounded shape, which will help us do a roll and allow us to get back up to our feet.
Awesome job, Coach Trish. So we want to see 5 of those while you're working at home also. And next, our cartwheel step in.
All right, so we're gonna put our items back in. Start in our lunge shape that's leaning forward in a straight body. Remember, at home, we have to have our T hands in our cartwheel, but we're gonna cartwheel and we're gonna step together.
Awesome job, Coach Trish. And those will help us with our round-offs when we get back in the gym.
Yes.
Yes, great job. So 5 of those. And then last but not least on our tumbling that we want you working at home is your backwards roll.
So now we only need 1 item, so pick your favorite. Place this one between our knees. We always, backward rolls are gonna lead into our backward flips. So we wanna always start with our arms up. Then we're gonna go down to our squat. We're gonna do our backward roll, land and tuck, squat, and then stand back up.
Awesome job. So next we're going to move on to our stationary trampoline work. All right, Coach Trish, can you talk to us about these trampoline skills we can work on the floor if you don't have a trampoline at home?
Yes, so a lot of you guys have trampolines, some of you don't, and both are okay. We can learn trampoline without a trampoline. So we're gonna do our stationary trampoline first. First up, we're just gonna kind of review our jumps. So if we were jumping on trampoline, I would have you start in a pencil shape. You can always just do some pencil jumps at home, but we're gonna start in pencil and then you're gonna push to tuck and then land in needle. So let's do 5 of those. Or I'm sorry, you know what? Let's do 10. So 10 tuck jumps. After your 10 tuck jumps, we're gonna move on to our straddle jumps. Warning, these are a little bit tough and Coach Trish needs to work on hers as well. But we are gonna start in pencil, you're gonna push to straddle and land in needle. Our goal is to be able to get our toes up. Okay, so 10 straddles. And then on pikes, warning, Coach Trish needs to work on these as well. But we're gonna start in our pencil shape, you're gonna push to pike and land in needle. Our goal is to have straight legs, keeping our chest up tall while lifting our toes. All right, so after you've done your stationary jumps, so 10 of each, make sure you ask your parents' permission to find something no more than hip height. This mat is, a little bit higher, or about my knees, a little bit higher. So this will work, but if I was at my home, I could do this on my bed as long as my mom said it was okay. All right, so now we're gonna work on a jumping roll to help teach us how to get our hips up and so we can work on those front tucks. So you wanna start in pencil, you wanna push up, roll, and stand up. So that was pretty easy for me because that was low, but like I said, if I was at home, I'd probably go to my bed. My bed's about right here. So that would require a little bit more hip drive to be able to get my roll around. All right, last on our tumbling, we're gonna start working on our back tucks. All right, so for a back tuck, we can lay down on the ground. I know most of you at the gym, when we do this, we're up on the block, and then we go shins to ceiling, shins to wall. Well, we're gonna do a version of that at home. So we're gonna lay down in our pencil. We're gonna pull up to our C shape. Make sure in our C shape that my shins are over to the wall back behind me. From here, I'm gonna pull over. It's a little bit tough going that slow, so let's go a little bit faster. So I'm pretending I'm jumping on a trampoline with my arms up. I'm gonna roll to C and stand up.
Awesome, Coach Trish. Those are great things they can all do at home if they don't have a trampoline. Let's move to the trampoline and show them what you want them to work if they do happen to have a trampoline at home. We are all missing you at the gym.
Yes.
Seriously, like us coaches are going crazy. We don't know what to do without being here and coaching all your smiling faces. So Coach Trish is going to show you if you have a trampoline now what she wants you doing at home.
All right, so we're just going to start with some basics. So we're going to jump on trampoline. Let's do a few pencil jumps. After that, we're just going to go to C drops. So for our C drops, let's start arms down, and we are going to big swing into C drop, and then stand back up. So swing into C drop and stand up. So we're just gonna do 10 C drops. After our C drops, we're gonna work on our mad cats. As a reminder, mad cat, your hands and your knees all need to have even weight. So we don't wanna be leaning forward, we're leaning back. We want to make sure that we have even weight on our hands and our knees, and our back is rounded. If you hit the trampoline like this, it's not good. That's a saggy horse. So we want to make sure that our back is nice and rounded. This is going to allow us to push with a strong body away from the trampoline. All right, so we're just gonna bounce, and we're gonna do some mad cats, and back to your feet. So bounce, mad cat, and back to feet. All right, so after 10 of those, we're gonna try a seat, mad cat, 3/4 front tuck to flat back. We've sort of done these in the gym. At the gym, we'll do our flat backs just to our back. Sometimes we'll flip up to our feet. We're gonna do a combination of that. So we're gonna jump, I'm gonna swing into my C-jump, go to mad cat, do a 3/4 front flip, and land flat on my back and needle, okay? Like I did, it's very common when you land on your back for it to go ahead and bounce you up to your feet, so don't worry about that. Try and stay as tight as possible. So once again, we're gonna bounce and needle. We're gonna swing, go to mad cat, do a 3/4 front, and try and land flat on your back. All right, with anything, guys, make sure that you talk to your parents, make sure you have your parents' permission. As always, don't try this unless you feel comfortable. If something makes you nervous, just wait until you get back here and I'll be more than glad to help you.
All right, we are back with Coach Spencer. He's going to show us our strength and conditioning for our level 3 and level 4 recreational tumbling and trampoline classes. So let's go, Coach Trish, talk him through.
All right, Spencer, so first up, we're gonna work on that tuck hollow. So Coach Spencer is kind of working on just an open tuck shape, so he's not making contact, but his upper body is nice and rounded. He's gonna try and hold that for 30 seconds. Just make sure your arms are down to your sides like Coach Spencer's were, that you're not holding onto your knees. That was a great job. All right, next on our list, we're gonna hold a tight arch. So we're gonna have our arms down to our sides, eyes are looking down at the floor, but we are trying to lift our chest and our legs. So Spencer's, even his thighs are off of the ground. That is a great job. So we wanna try and get both ends of our body as high as we can for 30 seconds. After that, you're just gonna find the nearest wall. So we're gonna be doing a wall sit. You can either have your arms down to your sides or out in front, whichever way you want. We just wanna make sure that we're nice and even. If you have something at home that you'd like to put on your legs, a ball or something, that's gonna allow you to make sure that we're going down. So let's try and put a hip block on Spencer's legs. So he's doing a great job. If he was, so Coach Spencer, can you try and stand up a little bit? And it would fall off. So we wanna make sure that we're flat enough to be able to hold our object. Last on our list, we have some push-ups. Our goal is to do 10 push-ups on our feet. But if Spencer, started on those feet and he got a little bit tired, he could always go down to his knees for some assisted push-ups. But we want to be able to do 10 in a row. And then all 4 of those exercises, our goal is to be able to do that circuit at least twice. All right, guys, I miss every one of you. So I hope you have some fun at home working on your trampoline and tumbling. Like I said earlier, just make sure you ask your parents. Have a great time. Miss you guys. See you soon.